Hey guys, this is just a little video some people have been asking me to make. It's for this card game called Middle Earth Collectible, I don't know, trading card game. It was the MECCG. So I have this deck for sale that some buyers wanted just a video of. It's like a expensive sale, so this is probably going to be better instead of just hundreds of pictures, so I can go more in depth of it. So this game, Lord of the Rings, obviously, Middle Earth. It's a collectible card game in the 90s. Pretty expensive and still a pretty big, well, not giant player base, but big enough to still keep it active. But for me, I'm selling because just no time from work, and I would just choose Magic the Gathering over this for card games. Unfortunately, I know. So the deck is called Balrog deck, and it's actually almost the same deck list of the deck that won the World Championship. So it's kind of cool. In the game, you start off with like your party, so that would be like these guys, and you you adventure throughout Middle Earth on doing like a mission. So just going through the deck real quick. So just going through the cards as some buyers asked about. So this is like the opening party here. Shagrat, look at that guy, sexy legs. Ugh. Okay. Oh, here's little orders from the Great Demon. So yeah, I believe that only the first two sets had a first and unlimited edition. After that, every set was first edition. Here's the rest of the deck here. You can tell the editions by the border. If it's black, it's first edition. Ooh, Dark Trist, very nice, expensive card. I think this was a pretty big one too. Weigh all things to a nicety. Chill Them with Fear was a good one too. Just love the art. It reminds me of like 90s Magic the Gathering sets. But I believe that the company that made this game just took art from generic fantasy games that they had already commissioned. Except for the obvious, Mouth Star, and that's a good one. See, blue, I believe that's unlimited. That's a blue border is a reprint or challenger deck. Nameless Thing. Oh, Uvatha. Okay, so that was like the main deck, and I don't think I had decided the final deck. So then here is the sideboard, and it's just like a bunch of cards that would be good. And I believe in the game you could actually just side deck because there are actually hard counters to your deck. So they allowed you to bring almost like enough sideboard to just create like a whole different deck. So these are just extra cards here. Ooh, look at that. These are like different shades of purple. Oh, Sudden Deaths, Crook-Legged Orc. Yeah, look at that art. So yeah, this is just like the extra deck cards to finish out the deck there. The game also had another deck called the what was it called? Site deck. So the site deck is like locations in the game, and you use that to go to different locations in the game. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I believe you can only most locations you can only go to once, and you burn it. So once you like left it, you couldn't go back there. So you kind of had to strategize where to go. And some locations they kind of had like a PvP and a PvE mechanic. So like if you were to go to a location, there might be orcs there and you'd have to fight them, or there might be men there. But then you might have bonuses that would give you like an extra attack against those men. So it was kind of weird. It wasn't really like a card game. I'd say this is more of like a collectible, like a TCG mixed with a board game. But that was really confusing. Like there's a lot of rules, like just like any 90s game. And then this is the site deck. So I think these are probably, I think these ones are sleep because these are the more recent ones I got. Yeah. And this faction, the Balrog, he was unique in that you could have multiple of only these cards. So the Undergates, there's 2 copies. Moria, there's several copies there. The Wind Deeps, and then these are the single ones. Yeah, so there's like a lot going on. Imagine this whole deck sleeved is like the size of an EDH deck, and that's just for your locations. But yeah, a lot, just these, like just this site deck, it was freaking expensive. So because some of the sites are like $10 each, and you could tell by how thick that stack is. That's a lot of dirtle. But yeah, I plan on using these funds for maybe more Magic the Gathering collection, or maybe some more Star Wars collection. I don't know. I just definitely barely have time for any hobbies, so I'm trying to cut down on all the extra ones. I even have a whole Battletech collection I haven't even touched yet. I'm still finishing up a bunch of Warhammer projects. I have a pretty cool one. I have Mad Max Orcs that I'm trying to get done on my own. And then I have a buddy that's helping me paint a Coconut Crab Scheme Tyranids army. So that would be pretty cool. So it's pretty long. I think there's like 100 sites. It's probably more than, that's probably more than 100. Yeah. What I was really trying to get into was the Lord of the Rings tabletop game by Games Workshop. But it doesn't really have a following locally, so I would just be painting them for nothing. So maybe when the Amazon show comes out, there'll be more popularity for it locally and people play the tabletop game. Or the Magic's also doing like a Lord of the Rings crossover set, so that would be pretty sick. Just trying to give a couple seconds here per card, or milliseconds. So for those that want to pause and take a look at them, can do so. So yeah, this is the Balrog deck. It wasn't a exact copy of the world champion winning deck from the last one. I think it was like 2019 because of COVID. But they're like, if you wanted to make it card for card, you just have to pick up like several cards, and they're like, like I think the only reason why I couldn't get them was because they were not available, and like no sellers had them. And when I had got this deck made, Rudy from Alpha Investments had been talking up the game on one of his videos, and people like went for a mad rush to buy anything Middle Earth CCG. So yeah, well that's it. That's the site deck there. And I'll put these back on top in the order they were. And yeah, that's it. So there's the deck if you were interested in how it looked. I put them, there, like there's so many cards just for one deck. I have to use like multiple boxes. Thank you Pokemon for the free deck boxes for shipping. And Dragon Shield.